Ever felt like you're watching your own life from the third person? Like you're not just living your day, but you're simultaneously observing every thought, every reaction, and every subtle shift in the room. Most people call this overthinking. They tell you to just relax or turn your brain off. But what if I told you that this constant awareness isn't a defect? In psychology, it's a sign of high cognitive control. What if your greatest burden, the ability to see everything, is actually your greatest power? Today, we're decoding the 7 signs that you possess a dangerous level of self-awareness. Dangerous because once you see the world this clearly, you can never go back to being average. Psychology says that while most people react to life on autopilot, a small percentage of individuals, about 2%, operate on a frequency of metacognition. This is the ability to think about your own thinking. It means your brain doesn't just process information, it analyzes the way it processes it. If you've always felt different, not because you're strange, but because you see patterns, contradictions, and truth that others miss, you're not broken. You're simply wired for depth. Let's see how many of these signs sound like you. 1. You think in layers, not lines. Most people see the world in black and white, right or wrong, success or failure, but your mind doesn't work like that. You see the nuance in every situation. Psychologists call this complex cognitive processing. You don't just hear what someone says, you subconsciously analyze why they said it, what they left out, and how their body language contradicted their words. This is why small talk feels so draining to you. You crave depth because surface-level living feels like a lie to a mind that's constantly decoding subtext. 2. You have mastered the pause. While most people are slaves to their emotions, reacting instantly to an insult or a setback, you possess what psychology calls cognitive inhibition. This is the ability to create a mental gap between an emotion and your action. When someone tries to provoke you, you don't rush to defend your ego. Instead, you detach. You observe the situation logically, evaluate the consequences, and choose your response. To others, this calm looks like coldness or weakness, but in reality, it's a sign of immense cognitive strength and emotional regulation. 3. You have high interpersonal sensitivity. You read micro-behaviors, tones, and hesitations like a second language. You often notice someone is upset or being dishonest before they even realize it themselves. Psychology suggests this often develops in people who grew up too fast or who were never a first choice. Your brain adapted to survive by becoming hyper-aware of social signals. You aren't being paranoid, you're being intuitive. And once you see through the manipulation or the masks people wear, it's impossible to unsee it. 4. You experience uneasy rest. You feel guilty when you're doing nothing. Psychologists find that highly self-aware people often associate rest with neglect. Because your mind is always running, analyzing, and planning, sitting still feels like a waste of cognitive bandwidth. Your nervous system stays alert, searching for the next problem to solve or the next idea to build. This is the scary side of discipline. Your identity is so tied to awareness and growth that switching off feels foreign. You don't just want to exist, you want to evolve. 5. You seek truth, not popularity. Most people rely on external validation, likes, applause, and social approval to feel good, but you possess an internal locus of evaluation. You judge yourself by your own standards, not the crowd's. This is why you might treat your birthday like a normal day or stay off social media. You don't need a ritual or a digital like to confirm your worth. You'd rather be honest and disliked than fake and celebrated. That kind of psychological independence is rare, and to the average person, it's intimidating. 6. You have a constant inner dialogue. You don't just live life, you analyze it as you live it. Your brain is a 24/7 narrator, questioning your motives and reflecting on your mistakes. While this metacognition can feel exhausting, it's also what makes you wiser than your years. You aren't repeating the same mistakes and blaming others, you're constantly self-correcting. You're not just watching the game of life, you're decoding the rules while everyone else is just playing. 7. You prefer walking alone. Not because you hate people, but because your inner world is more stimulating than the noise outside. Studies show that highly intelligent and self-aware people prefer solitude because socializing often interrupts the thought flow. You use this time for incubation, letting your best ideas surface only after you've disconnected from the digital illusion. For you, being alone isn't about being lonely, it's about regaining control over your attention. If these signs hit you uncomfortably close to home, remember this: you're not too much, and you're not weird. You just think deeper than most people are capable of. Your hyper-awareness is a tool, and if you learn to control it, you become unstoppable. The fact that this video caught your attention already says something about your mind. You aren't here to just scroll, you're here to understand. If you want to keep decoding the hidden psychology of your personality and stay one step ahead of the crowd, hit that subscribe button right now. Stay aware, stay focused, and remember, real power isn't loud, it's controlled. I'll see you in the next breakdown. Stay smart.